my name is Morgan Domney. I'm 22 from Perth, Western Australia, and I compete in the 105 kilo class for Powerlifting Australia. Powerlifting is the test of absolute strength, where you compete with 3 lifts each of squat, bench and deadlift, with the heaviest successful attempt for each of those going towards your total, and the biggest total wins. So my current competition PBs are 250 kilo squat, 183.5 kilo bench press and a 282.5 kilo deadlift. Got sort of into weight training while I was playing Aussie rules football, and then after I finished up playing that, kept going to the gym, and then bumped into some guys who competed in powerlifting, and then probably 6 months later did my first comp. I've been powerlifting for a little over 12 months now. I've done 4 competitions and competed in Melbourne this year at Junior Nationals. So in Melbourne at Junior Nationals, I placed 3rd and I achieved the Aussie Junior National Bench record, which I held for about 90 seconds until it was broken again. The next comp that I've got coming up in about 7 weeks' time, which is going to be here in Perth, where hopefully I can improve my total that I achieved in Melbourne. Long-term goal would be probably to just compete for as long as I can. I'm 22 now, I'd like to give myself maybe 15 more years and just see as far as I can go. My total now is 703. While I'm still a junior, I'd love as close to an 800 kilo total as I can. So I've got all of next year, as well as the last 3 months or so of 2018 to achieve that. The state of mind before a lift is actually quite calm, whether it looks like it or not. You're only really worried about what's going to happen for sort of the next 5 or 10 seconds, and then after that you can sort of switch off. The gym that I trained at originally unfortunately shut down, and the same week that it shut down I actually got an insurance payout for my car being written off, so I was fortunate enough to have a little bit of cash on me, so I bought all of the stuff that you see behind me, and now I've got some family and friends that come over and train here. So training is 4 days a week, with usually Wednesdays breaking it up in the middle off and then weekends off. Each session focusing primarily on one lift with some accessory movements afterwards. So the closer we get to competition, the heavier training gets, trying to get as strong as possible for the day of the comp. Afterwards, you sort of have a little bit of time off and then gear back up into another prep for the next comp. So I have a very good relationship with my coach. I met him at Barbarian, which is the gym that I trained at originally. I've been with him ever since. It's really good to be able to have someone who's going to shoot you straight and not sort of blow smoke up your bum when things aren't going too well. He's really supportive and definitely has been a big factor in my improvement. Pretty important to have other people around you that know what's going on, to sort of keep you accountable and keep you diligent. It's very easy when things are going very well to get a little bit ahead of yourself, and it's very easy when things aren't going so well to really beat yourself up. So to have someone, sort of a second set of eyes overseeing things is really, really helpful. In terms of food, it's a lot. I do have a weight limit for competition, so closer to comp we start to monitor that a little bit more, but it's not that strict. So powerlifting is really quite a small community, so you do tend to bump into the same people at competitions and that sort of stuff, so being able to chat with those guys online and talk about training and different sort of philosophies that we have is really quite cool. In terms of putting yourself out there, I've started a YouTube channel probably 3 or 4 months ago. It's been really cool to do that, to be able to think about the content that I want to put out and the different things that I think are worthy of mention. Powerlifting is a pretty small community, so you tend to bump into a lot of the same people at competitions, and being able to chat and discuss different training methods and things like that with those people that you respect is something pretty cool about powerlifting. The best thing about powerlifting is the fact that it's very non-judgmental. It's a sort of sport where you're only competing against yourself and you're only trying to beat your numbers and your progress. You can train however many days a week you want, how long you want, and if you're thinking of getting into it, I would say 100% go and do it. It's definitely something I'd recommend.